Hey, how's you going right there, eh? It's Danae here from Danae Loves You Outdoors. Gonna do something a little different today. I've been wanting to build a set of pallet forks for my Kubota, and so I did get a kit, and I'll show you that. So a quick connect plate, and I'll bring that out here. I got that from Beaver. Beaver company, and it was actually a pretty good price, and I was actually impressed on the quality of it, and I'll show you that in here in a sec. But what I got to do first, I got to take that front bucket off, and I'll set it aside. There we do it. Alright, the hydraulics are a little cold on that right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook that plate up, and I'll show you that here in a sec. Okay, so I just got that plate set there for now, just temporarily. So it has the quick connect at the bottom. It's just got a lip right here. It's I don't want that to fall down. It's like 1/4-inch plate, and I think that was like 170 bucks Canadian delivered. I think they're on the other end of the country. They're like in BC somewhere out that way. Took about a week to get here, but yeah, for the price I'm actually pretty impressed. So I'm going to set that on the tractor, and then that way there I can lift the tractor up, and then I'll show you the other piece I'm putting on. Okay, so I have that set on the tractor right now, and I just got one of the locks on for now, and then I'll show you that other piece that I had that I'm going to bolt onto this. Okay, so there's that other piece that I got sitting on there for now, and what that is a cage off an old forklift, an old cage off an old forklift, and the pallet forks, there's the fork sitting right there buried right now, but the forks will slide in here in this bottom latch, and then I guess what you do is you hook the top first, and then it fits in here, and then you slide it, and then slide the other one over that way, and then lock it into these pins. So I'm trying to make sure that you can see this. So this cage came with 2 of these pieces, and they were not in the right spot for me to be able to make it work for me. They were on the wrong side, and so my plan is now I'm just going to grind them, slide them in that way, center them up, grab the other one here, and that one will be here. So I'm going to weld, put a bead across here, and then take this whole thing off, flip it over, and then each one of these came with this that bolts into that. So now what I'll do is I'll drill 2 holes in here and then run this plate on the other side. And the only reason why I'm thinking of doing it that way on both of these is that if I ever want to take that cage off for some reason and use that plate for something else, because this plate I could use it to hook onto pretty well any other implement if I want to do a quick connect. So, and I'll see how this works out. So this old cage is just going to sit on the top of this, and you know, obviously the weight of your forks. I'm not sure at first. I don't think I'm going to bolt or weld this down all the way across the top. I may look at trying to bolt it down if I can. Then that way there I can just unbolt everything, and then I can hook either either a blade or any other implement that I can use and bolt it onto this quick connect. So that's kind of the plan that I'm thinking about right now. So at first what I'm going to do is tack all of these pieces on, and then I'll look at setting that thing back on there, putting the forks on, and see how much torque is on it. All right, I'll try that again. Get another rod on. Alright, I'm not going to bore you with that too much. So that's not the greatest looking weld, but I'm rushing a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld both sides, and I'll make a couple of passes. I'm kind of jumping back and forth because I don't want to heat it up too much because it's really cold outside. And so I'm using 60-11 rods. They're quite small, but what I like about them is I can pretty well just weld onto anything. And doesn't, you know, I mean, I did clean this up and grind it and stuff. But I'll turn you back on here in a bit. I'll get a bunch of that, weld it up, and then I got to flip it over, and I'll set it on the table and weld the other side. Okay, so I got both of those kind of welded on there now. It's yeah, it's real stylish looking. I mean, my welding is not the greatest, but anyhow, it's not like it's going to fall off. I could probably put another pass on it after, but what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take that cage off and put it on this table, and then weld the back of those little lugs. Okay, so I got that flipped over. I'm just going to run a couple of flat passes right along there, and I want to make sure I keep the camera back a little bit because those 60-11s kind of spark quite a bit. I'm actually getting sparks in my boots, and I really don't want to mess up my camera. Lost my ground. Stand by. Okay, we'll try that again. worse. I don't have, can't find my chip and hammer. All right, I'm gonna weld the other one out. Oh yeah, so look at that. Pretty stylish. Yeah, like I said, I'm not a welder, and I don't want any of my welding inspectors from work to check that. Now let's put it on the tractor and see how it looks. Okay, so I got that all set up on there now. So these forks, I think they're 42 inches long. And so obviously you see the little notches on the top. And then those little lugs that I welded on, they are going to get holes drilled through. I just want to grab that. So, oh yeah, perfect. Hold on. Okay, so I just grabbed that other one. So what's going to happen is this is going to get bolted on the back side of that. And if I want to, I'll tack it on. I'm going to need longer bolts, but the nuts stay right inside and lock. The nuts stay right inside of that, so that's kind of cool. So like I said, I'll have that on the back side. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to do, if I'm going to try to figure out a way to bolt this top piece on. I'm going to not do anything right now. I grinded everything here and I was going to weld onto that. I'm going to try the forklifts for a bit first to see how it works, and if I think I need to make that solider, I'll do that. So here, what I'll do is I'm going to fire that tractor up and see how that works. I think those pins are locked in. Good. All right. Obviously, that's got to be bolted on with these bolts because the plate is still on. Here, I'll get that back on there. Stand by. All right. So I got that back on there. Okay. All right, well, I guess that makes sense. So, yeah, so obviously the bottom of that cage is not fixed right now. Yeah, so I'll get some longer bolts and then I'll drill the holes in through there. but I think everybody can understand how that's going to kind of work. And what I did is I made sure those lugs were not in the way of the quick connect on the back. So once I bolt that in, and if I have to, I can reinforce that with some steel back there, but all of the weight should be on that exterior cage that is solid steel and the forks. So anyhow, if anybody else was looking for a way to get a cheap set of forks, I've been pricing them like quick attach forks like this are running anywhere from $1,600 to $1,900, and that cage cost me $200. Like I said, $170 delivered, and then a set of used forks like that run anywhere around $150 to $200. So for like $600, that's what I probably got into this. So I'm happy with that. So if you could like, share, subscribe, comment. Thanks for watching. That's the end there, eh?